All right, what is going on, guys, gals, aliens, and DJ freaks? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Thursday. Bitcoin is doing Bitcoin stuff. It has been breaking down from those resistance levels, and we are respecting some of those Fibonacci retracement levels that we had been calling towards the beginning of the week and also leading up to today. We have been just chopping around. We basically went below 60K. We went above 60K, and it could be that we are getting one of those patterns, which is the dead cat bounce, where a dead cat can bounce at least a few times before it eventually hits the floor. So where's that floor going to be for that dead cat? Well, we'll have to see. And we are going to get into the charts. We are basically continuing the party from the moon show. So if you were watching the moon show, or you did not get a chance to catch the moon show this morning, then welcome. You can get the party is just going to keep going. So we're going to get into the news. We're going to analyze some things. We're going to analyze, obviously we got a presidential election coming up. We got the Fed possibly cutting more rates on November 7th and in December. So we're going to see where that is going to take us. We're going to analyze some altcoins because we were primarily talking about Bitcoin on the moon show this morning. But on today's show, we'll definitely cover some altcoins. We'll see what meme coins today's guests are into, maybe get them to spill the beans on their bags and also get some TA from them. So welcome, guys. Really do appreciate you guys being on today's show. So let's share the screen and let's get into it a little bit. We're going to give you guys a little bit of what's happening, trending news right now. We got the jobless claims rising to 225K. So it's looking like it is happening in real time, that we are getting a lot of jobs being lost across all markets and sectors in the United States. And this is because I think big companies are not wanting to pay those wages. They're not wanting to pay those prices. And also AI in some sectors, especially when it comes to Amazon, factory workers, dock workers, whatever is going to have this automation come into play, it is affecting those markets substantially. And so what do you think the system is going to try and put into play to try and combat these claims of people losing their jobs? So I don't know. We'll have to see. So we got the ETF outflows coming in hot. So that could be a primary reason why we have a lot of this this action happening with Bitcoin. And then also we have Swift network trials for digital assets to happen in 2025, and they're going to be using Chainlink. And I know one of our guests today is super bullish on Chainlink. He's a fellow Chainlink Marine. So we're going to get into some of that news. We're going to kind of deep dive into that a little bit. Make sure you guys are in the Discord. You're joining the Discord, and you guys are keeping up to date with what the Dano Dojo crew is up to. And so without further ado, let's kind of look at what Bitcoin's doing right now and just do a little quick TA, and then we're going to bring in our guests and have them do an analysis, and maybe they can share their screen as well, and we can start this show. So Bitcoin basically looks like it's doing a head and shoulders pattern here on the 4-hour, and we're respecting some of these Fibonacci retracement levels where we basically broke down from the 0.5 and got a nice rejection off of the 6-1 ETA. Like Jason Casper says, that 6-1 ETA just giving you the hand, and she doesn't want to date you just yet. You need to butter her up a little bit more. So maybe Bitcoin needs a little bit more of a buttering on its bun for us to be able to go up to these prices. So I'm curious what our guests have to say, but let's bring them on formally. We have, drum roll, we have the mighty Mr. M.
Dano, it's good to
What's
be on
going
your
on?
show finally.
Dude, this is the first time coming on the show. We've done so many shows together on the Moon Show, and this is the first time you actually coming onto my channel. So this is history in the making right now.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, so then we also have drum roll, another drum roll. Help me with the drum roll, Mr. M. We have Crypto Kid. We got the Crypto Kid.
Hey, dude,
We got
thank
the
you so
Crypto
much for
Kid in us.
having me
I'm keeping the train rolling. Basically, I'm putting them to work. You know, they thought they were off, but then they're going straight to the next stream. And then also, Mr. M has a really cool thing planned with DaVinci today. I think it's being recorded, right? You're gonna do that debate of XRP versus Bitcoin, and so
Exactly.
they're gonna have a lot of fun with that. So, yeah, I'm curious, Mr. M. I'll call on you first. Like, what do you think is happening with this Bitcoin price action?
First of all, I would like to apologize to your community because I know you usually stream at 11:30. We've gone earlier because I have to do this debate thing.
Yeah.
So I apologize, guys, if I messed up the calendar. It's my fault.
Oh, it's no. Well, I see my normal people are in, so they don't care. They don't care.
Nice.
Whenever I go live, luckily they're loyal enough to hit the to click the link.
Amazing. And we should do more of these, by the way. So, yes, cool. What do I think is going to happen? Well, the good news is we're going up. The bad news is maybe not today. So we might see a little bit of a correction coming in. I still believe we have the weekly day close at 49 that is calling. Everything is kind of moving towards that. But I also like your yellow trend line, which is, I think it's a 54 or 53. I don't remember where exactly that point is. So we could potentially very much see a correction, which is fantastic. If you want to buy, well, then there you go. My birthday is coming up in a few days. That's my birthday gift. I can get cheap Bitcoins. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have kind of a similar thing like kind of happening. I haven't had as much dry powder as I've wanted to. I know a lot of the people feel that struggle, you know, whenever the dip comes, you're like, I have no powder to buy dip. Where dip? It's sometimes it's bittersweet, you know. You don't actually get to buy the dips when they come, and then when the price is pumping, somehow you get a you know, income coming in or some extra payment. And you're like, what? No. Why couldn't have that had come in a week ago? But yeah, so I have a similar thing happening where I'm getting some fun. You know, I'm getting some funds, and it's definitely going to get injected into the market. So hopefully, it's timed perfectly that the market is at a prime level. But
yeah, and before I let Crypto Kid saying his part because he's a fantastic analyst. I tweeted, I think it was the other day or yesterday, I don't remember. Days are all mixed up. That we have an interesting channel. I found the way to Banana Hala, right? And I don't know how much of accurate it's going to be, but remember, guys, Mr. MTA is Mr. MTA, so it is what it is. And what I tweeted was, interesting enough, last year in 2023, from March to October, we had seen 31 weeks of consolidation, followed by a 130% pump. Now, interesting, this year, from October to March, so March to October, we've seen also 31 weeks. So this means we could see a 160,000 Bitcoin by February next year. I mean, again, doesn't have to repeat, but I thought it was an interesting analysis. And the last day of the 31st week is going to coincide with my birthday. So if this is going to play out, it's going to go viral. And if it doesn't going to play out, well, hey, it is what it is. Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought it was interesting. I mean, do you guys look into patterns at all?
I mean, I definitely do. I mean, the pattern that I've been looking at the most is the 4-year cycle having pattern where we get, we obviously get those cranks up. And then also, this is one that I've been looking at a lot lately. I really loved this chart, and it was basically laying over the Russell 2000 kind of representation of the stock market in sectors, and then BTC, but then lined up with the first halving, second halving, third halving, fourth halving, and the presidential elections. So it could be that we just rhyme a little bit. It's always not exact, but it does rhyme that we get those mega moves going into the green zone, which is after the election. We have a little bit more certainty of what direction we're going and who's going to be, quote, running the country, if you think the president runs the country. At this point, we know who's running the countries. It's the corporations and big pharma, and who's paying, filling the bags, essentially, right?
Makes sense. I mean, Crypto Kid, what do you see, man? Because your analysis is going to be way much more interesting than my Banana Hala.
I don't think so, dude. Honestly, I don't see anything different compared to you. It's just there's one thing, and that is the let me share my screen. That is
go ahead.
It's just the bull flag here, right? So we just need to wait for Bitcoin to break above this resistance. It's 65.4, and once we do, then things are gonna get we're gonna go up fast, right? But it's just a matter of time and patience for us to do that. So until then, I'm just going to be buying spot Bitcoin. I'm not going to be trading. The only trade I open will be once we break out from here. But until then, I'm just going to be buying cheap Bitcoin, like you said.
Nice.
That makes sense. And I mean, Dano, would you agree that we have to buy fear? I mean, your guys, I mean, your community, they know, right? Because they are super well educated. But now it's a good time. I mean, again, no financial advice. What I'm doing, I have a monthly buy. I bought a couple of days ago. Whenever the month ends, I just buy. You know, whatever I can afford, I just put it into Bitcoin. And there's going to be a time where I will stop, right? Because I'll think that maybe we are near the top or towards the top, but there's going to be a DCA anyway. So I wouldn't worry. I think it's great in retrospective. I think we've done fantastic, to be honest. Yes, there is a bunch of CME gaps, like you called on the Moon Show, but those, they could be buy orders, like CryptoKid is saying, you know? So at the end of the day, I'm not worried. I'm stuck in sats and stay humble, as always.
Yeah. And to mention and to look at that gap here, that gap that we were talking about, if you guys didn't catch it on the Moon Show, you're catching it here. We filled the gap right here, closed that one during this price consolidation, and now it's potential that we could fill this gap really quick because it is kind of a small gap. It's between 54,000 and 54.6. I mean, it's like a very tiny gap, but the market makers, like I said, would love to have that price get magnet towards there, and it would make sense for ultimately the higher lows that we've technically been making on the charts as well for the retracements here, because you know we hit that level, we hit this level here, then that was a higher low, and then if we go back down to 54,000 right here, then that could also be quote our higher low, because we went to 52 right here. So then if we go 54, then that would make a nice upwards lower or higher low trend. So
indeed, yeah. And CryptoKid teaches me all the time, you know, the gaps, they tend to close quite quick, right? So if we have to close that gap, I think we have, I mean, I don't know how long, I mean, it's an average, but I think it's going to happen rather quickly. Otherwise, we might close it either never or on the way down. I don't know. But what do you think, CryptoKid? Do you know if there is like a week or a couple of weeks? Is there something we can measure it or not really?
I mean, not really. It's just if it's gonna happen, it will probably happen this week or next week. And if it's not gonna happen, then it's not gonna happen. But the market has to turn up. If we're gonna continue to dip to 57, 56, then it becomes more likely that we come down to 54. I mean, it's gonna sound very unprofessional, but we might as well, right? If we're at 56, it's just how these things work. It's how the market reacts. It's the psychology of the market. So if we go lower, sub 50 or sub 60, then 54 becomes a more likely possibility.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm curious what you guys think about the altcoins. So the altcoins is let me put this on the side here. Okay. So what do you guys think about these altcoins? You know, we got a lot of things that people are speculating into. You know, obviously Sui has been doing fantastic, and it's crushing up into being the Solana killer. So we're having kind of a surgence into these speculative altcoins, and I'm curious where you guys are putting your eyes on. Like, I know you like Chainlink, Mr. M, and CryptoKid. I actually don't. I need to pick your brain more on the altcoins. I want to know what you like and what you're willing to speculate into, and what are your favorite narratives.
I mean, I think DeFi is going to be big in this bull market. I think DeFi is pretty good. Play to earn, blockchain-based games. But apart from that, I think that all the big market cap projects should see a pretty good increase in the next in this altcoin cycle. So Polkadot is very cheap, Chainlink is very cheap, VeChain, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, all of the basic ones, they should provide you a good 3 to 5x return. But my favorite altcoin in terms of potential price performance is still Ethereum. I think Ethereum is going to do very, very well. My target for this bull market is 8.5, and I think it's very achievable.
Nice. And
like
what
that.
about you, Mr. M?
Well, I mean, the funny story about me is, like, you guys know, I'm a Bitcoiner, right? But I have a small percentage of my portfolio that I gamble and I play with. And this is the first time in 11 years that I actually purchased something else besides Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I got some Doge because someone, you can see next to me there made me FOMO into it, and I love it. And ever since I've done that purchase, it's gone downhill. It's
Oh
really
no, that's not what you were
interesting.
saying last
It's usually
week.
the case.
That wasn't what you were saying.
It's
last
usually the case when someone tells you to buy something, it goes down like 20% the next day, and you're like, you son of a
But I
gun.
mean, no. Doge has done okay, but it opened a door to degen, because then I was like, well, then I feel I'm dirty now, so I might as well get filthy, and I got into
You might as well
some
jump in the mud pit with
altcoins.
the other pigs.
Yeah, I'm swimming in the mud. But again, with a small percentage of my portfolio, so who cares? If everything goes to nothing, it's like going to Vegas and gambling on the 7 red. But I got some interesting meme coins, by the way. I got Waffles, I got Orc. Those are solid, in my opinion, because
Oh,
Da Vinci is
yeah.
behind. But also I have some really filthy, like I've lost some money into some trades that I shall not name, but coins, I FOMO into it because of whatever happened on the news or whatever, those meme coins, that's how they operate. But of course, Chainlink, I'm a Marine, so I do strongly believe it's going to do well. I think we have a potential $80 to $100 target. Today we are sitting at, I think, 12 or 11 somewhere, or 10, somewhere in that region. So not a 10x, but almost. I think Chainlink is going to do extremely well. There is some news that you read earlier about the Swift network using Chainlink, so it's a no-brainer, right? So, but you can get lost and do what I've done, which is probably not ideal, but there is so many meme coins out there. I got into PayPay as well. PayPay on and also Hoppy on Ethereum has done it really well since I bought. So those are my plays so far.
Yep. We were talking about that, and I didn't decide to get into Hoppy because I already picked PayPay. I was like, well, I already have Pepe and PayPay. I'm like, I can't add another frog. I'm like, I gotta just keep it to 2 frogs.
Gotta diversify a little bit.
2 dogs. Well, dude,
I love
here's the thing, guys.
days.
Like, and
I'm just questioning life right now, guys. I'm questioning my life choices.
But here's the deal. So many people are starting to realize, and even the exchanges themselves, Binance admitted that they were wrong about memes and that they should have listed certain memes a lot quicker, because the other exchanges that were smaller than them were starting to pick up the memes, like Gate.io and stuff like, Gate.io a lot of the times will pick up some of these popular memes before Binance does. And so then Binance ends up, basically admitting that they're like, hey, this is what the community wants. Like, this is what the market is wanting. They're wanting the memes. And so people asked me yesterday, they were like, well, I just don't understand why Pepe coin is listed on, well, I think it was a major exchange. Can't remember exactly which one he was mentioning. He was like, well, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision isn't on there. And I was like, it's because the community doesn't want Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. That it's not shiny.
What's
It doesn't have
Vision?
they don't have there's not a meme that's not driving the adoption and the attention. It's an attention market. So for me, I almost want to speculate more into the meme coins, especially when you figure out which ones are going to be the strong ones that go into the next cycle. You got to think like Shiba Inu and Dogecoin survived the bear market. They weren't there, they literally pumped right back up into the ranges of where previously when we started to get really bullish the last cycle. So for me, that's just like the key. It's the canary in the coal mine of being like, yep, this is where we're going. And it makes sense because people don't have as much money to invest. They're not going to, they don't want to get even though a 5x and a 10x is awesome. They're like, no, I want 50.
Not enough.
I want 100.
1,000.
I want 200. I want 1,000. And so, because people have lost too much money, man, like we've been beat up too much. So, but there are going to be opportunities, obviously, with all the rest of the blue chip blue chip altcoins, Near Protocol, Link, Crypto Kids, a VeChain, Theta Chain. Theta Chain. There's Ruin. There's all kinds of great altcoins. And going into the gaming space, IMX, Immutable. You could just kind of go down the list. There's going to be things that do well, but to be honest, like I don't want to be the person that has to cope with the fact that Pepe is in the top 10, and we could have just bought Pepe the whole time instead of, because I think now Pepe is off the table as a gambling meme coin. It's proven itself now that it is the top 9th traded token in the entire market, not just in meme coins, but the entire market. So this is what blows my mind, and I always want to remind you guys of this. If you just go to CoinMarketCap, you hit the 24-hour trading volume, and look at what's in the 9th place. It's Pepe. And then look at what's below it. It's 2 other meme coins, Dogecoin and Dog with Hat. So if that doesn't give you the you know, the bullishness on memes, I don't know what will.
Yeah, I agree. Dano, sorry to kill the party, but I have a pod to record. I would love to stay here longer,
you're fine.
but
No, you're fine. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, Mr. M was a super limited time, so even for the fact that I got him for when I did was glorious. So thank you, man.
thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, guys. Remember to smash the like. Let's show some love to Dano, and let's do it again. I love your community.
Let's do it again sometime, dude.
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right, so
awesome. Thanks, Dano.
All right, so yeah, peace. Are you peacing out as well, Crypto Kid?
Yeah, dude. I have a few things to do, and I just want to sleep. I
know.
Like
you look like you're about to melt on the table, just like Bitcoin just melted on its desk. Bitcoin fell asleep at the desk right now, so.
Like me.
Thank you, Dano. Thank you, Crypto Kid. Guys, thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
See you on the next one.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Peace, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for
Ciao.
coming in. All right, so we had Crypto Kid and Mr. M. We managed to get them on for just a little bit. You could see they were still a little tired. You got to remember, those guys are in Dubai, so they're coming towards the end of their day, and I'm like just starting it. So we really appreciate them even coming in just for a little bit. But hope you guys are doing good. We got Nate Dogg Roth. Shout out to Nate Dogg Roth. We got Hassan Lewis. And let me see who else we got in here. Who else we have in the chat? I know, yeah, he was like, I'm too tired. I'm about to melt. All right, so we're gonna keep the stream going, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We've been going for now a good 22 minutes. Let's see how many people we have watching across all platforms. All right, we got 14 people watching on YouTube. We got 13 people watching on X. So really do appreciate you guys popping in. And let's see. What else we got going on? What else we have going on? Anything pressing? Let's check on that Bitcoin price real quick. Check on that Bitcoin price. And it's looking like, man, it's just skirting around. It's just skirting around on this level now. Now that we're between the range of 62,000 and wicked down into the 59s. I mean, it's not looking too pretty. It's not looking too pretty for Bitcoin. So I don't want to take off the table that we get a 57,000 possibly, or the 54,000, which would be getting us into this range right here. So we would go right down into hitting this line at 54,009, possibly right at this support, and then we bounce from there. But honestly, at this point, it is really hard to tell where Bitcoin is going to go. But I would say if you are just zooming out and you're looking at the long term, then everything is okay. But if we start really breaking down past the 40s and we start going to like the 38s or something like that, yeah, I mean, it's like bad. It's like danger zone. So I would have to admit defeat and say, okay, yeah, that was the bull market, and then we're going down. They're like, what's Bitcoin Satoshi Vision? They're like, what is BSV? Yeah, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, Bitcoin Cash. How many forks? Bitcoin's been forked. Bitcoin's been forked 2 to 3 times. Pretty interesting. All right, so let's see how the alts are doing. The alts kind of getting a little chopped up a little bit here, getting a little chopped. Nothing too crazy. We just have to zoom out. We got to zoom out, and everything will be A-okay. Just zoom out. we got the presidential election coming up in literally 33 days, guys. 33 days, and it is going to get a little crazy. 4 forks. 4 forks. Oh, man. 4 forks. Ridiculous. And then we've just only had, actually, I think maybe just the 1 fork on Ethereum, which is the Ethereum Classic. And so I kind of bundle those up into all of the forked tokens of the dogs. Let's see. We got, ETC, Ethereum Classic, $18. Then we got BSV, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. It's $44. The total supply is 19 million instead of 21 million, which is the supply of Bitcoin. The supply of Bitcoin Satoshi Vision is 19.7 million. Fully diluted market cap of 883 million. And let's see what exchanges actually has Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. We got Upbit, BitSpay. That's a terrible name. Let's see if there's any major. Okay, BitGet has it. OKX, and then yep, it's not on like Coinbase or Binance. It's on KuCoin. But yeah, not on BYBIT or any of the major exchanges. Is on HTX, so looks like more Asian market support for Bitcoin Satoshi Vision than a over-encompassing support for this particular token. And then you go to BCH, Bitcoin Cash. Market cap is a lot bigger on this one, 6.3. And let's see. Okay, so Bitcoin Cash, though, has Coinbase, BYBIT, and Binance support. This being the other fork. And then Bitcoin Cash, you can have it on Hiko, and you can also have it on the BNB chain as well. Interesting. We're gonna dive. We'll dive a little bit more on those. But like, yeah, just keep your eyes on the memes, guys. I really like. I know it's hard to understand, and sometimes like each cycle has its thing, has its narrative, and the one that pumps the most, and it's going to be memes and crypto gaming. I think coins like Pepe and PayPay and Ponky, especially Ponky. I mean, I'm so bullish on Ponky for Solana as their top meme coin. It's doing things that other projects just don't do. Like they were out in the streets giving away food to homeless people that were affected, and also just people in general that were affected by the storms and just needed food. They were out doing back to school giveaways, giving out free backpacks and school supplies to kids that needed it. I mean, they are crushing it in terms of social media metrics and people watching their content. And I am just very impressed with this team and what this meme coin can do. And the exchanges that I like are also really bullish on Ponky as well, like Crypto.com, OURBIT, and things like that. And speaking of all those exchanges, if you want to trade these markets and you want to start DCAing and you want to start doing anything that has to do with crypto, and you haven't made the decision yet or pulled the trigger on what platforms you want to use, why not use the platforms that I am personally bullish on? And you can do that by using all of the links in the description. And so let's do that real quick. We're going to go to, not there, we want to go to YouTube, and we'll pull up the channel real quick. All right, shout out to Randy Hipper. We got Randy Hipper streaming right now. So go here. All right, so we got 16 likes so far, guys. We can get it up to 20 likes. That would be absolutely amazing. But here you go. Here's all those fantastical links. We got OURBIT, BITFLEX, and BYBIT. If you're able to KYC with BYBIT, I mean, why not? Go for it. Use my link. I got a custom link. And also, if you want to test out some crypto games and use NAKA with my link as well, then you can do that. Also, PHEMEX, Crypto.com, Coinbase, and then we got the NORD VPN link, and then my website and all that good jazz. So, yeah, I don't know, guys. With that being said, I don't know what else you guys want to cover. You want to cover anything else? Guys like to cover anything else? Any emerging meme coins, ecosystems? What you want to talk about? Pulse Chain. Let's see what has the most liquidity in terms of a meme coin on Pulse Chain. Whoa, is there a Pulse Crow? What? That's cool. A Pulse Chain Crow. Interesting. Okay, look, Teddy Bear. I wonder. So this is the meme coin that I'm speculating into for Pulse Chain is Teddy Bear. Just so you guys know, this is what I am. I just put like I just swapped in just like a little bit of PLS into Teddy Bear to see where it goes. All right. Someone wants me to check. Chris Profit wants me to check Jasmy. Yeah, we could check out Jasmy. Let's look at Jasmy. We'll pull it up on CoinMarketCap real quick. Jasmy coin. Currently sitting at a $949 million market cap, so almost at $1 billion market cap. And Jasmy actually, I think it's about 5,000 or 6,000% away from its all-time high. So, woo! And then BYBIT, please, Mr. Dano. Yeah, no, BYBIT. BYBIT. I have a BYBIT link. So yeah, if you guys want to, if you want to trade on my personal BYBIT link, you can. And there's some really cool bonuses going on right now. So if you're able to KYC, you got an ID, you can do it. Go for it. But if you do not want to KYC at all, and you just want to just get into trading without having to do that, then BITFLEX and OURBIT are the links that you would want to use for doing so. And by the way, both of those platforms, and BITFLEX included, they just added 100 new assets to trade. So, I mean, now just like off to the races. You can earn flex points and all that good stuff. And the market's starting to heat up. So, all right. So, yeah, Jasmy coin. Right now, in terms of centralized exchanges, the trading volume is highest actually on Coinbase. And then second being Gate.io, third being Binance. So it's been traded really heavily hot on those exchanges, and Blowfin as well, BYBIT, BitGet, and things like that. Let's see what the all-time high was for Jasmy. It was sitting at $5, guys. And we're literally now sitting at 2 cents. 2 cents. 2 cents for Jasmy. So let's actually pull up the chart on Jasmy. Pull up the Binance chart. Or actually, let's look at the Coinbase chart, because people are just super bullish on Jasmy on Coinbase. So we actually started to trade above that 200-day moving average, which is great. We traded above the MA ribbon, and now we're starting to trade below the EMA ribbon. So we got a little bearish. And so we're starting to get some divergence here, but obviously the overall market, because of Bitcoin, the altcoins are kind of getting decimated here. So if anything, the lowest we're going to need to look at for a price for Jasmy is that 1 cent range, the 0.01562. So that could be a range to look at, and probably I would say if you were to pull a fib from the highs to the, from the low to the, from the high to the low, looks like rejection off of some of these levels. We broke through 236, and so could be, and then you can see here where we got a rejection off the 618, and we went all the way down. We got back up. We couldn't sustain over this level. Actually swooped, and then kind of looking at it from that point of view, it's it's looking just a little bearish. But if you want to look at the all-time high, you go to the weekly, and you can see here that we had a major launch. Let's see on we got to actually look at Binance. Let's look at Binance, because this isn't working. We need this one. Did it really? Well, where the heck did it launch at $5? Where the heck? What exchange did it list for $5? Because I'm not seeing it on these charts. Am I going crazy? Where the heck did it go to $5? And on what exchange? Like where? Did you see this? Okay, so beginning of 2021, I guess, and then okay, interesting. Whoa. Okay. I don't know, guys. I mean, this is Jasmine. I just don't know. I don't know. I can't have so many coins that I want to think that I want to buy. I'm keeping it really simple. I mean, I want some Dogecoin, I want some Solana, I want some Bitcoin, I want some Ethereum. I really want to get a big bag of AVAX. Like, I don't have enough AVAX. I think getting a giant bag of AVAX would be really smart at 25 or 24 bucks. Chainlink, I think Litecoin is going to do well. I think Litecoin's going to do really well too. Pepe, get a nice bag of Pepe, and also the Pole token, XMatic. It was Matic, now it's the Pole token. It's still super bullish on Pole. And then we got IMX for gaming. And then Aave has been doing a lot of partnerships, helping a lot of liquidity, expanding that liquidity. And so bullish on Aave and Crow too. I think Kronos with crypto.com, cannot forget about Kronos. And also being bullish on Optimism means you're bullish on Coinbase and their success of their layer 2 base. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we can just kind of narrow it down, you know. You can go even as low as 10 to 15 coins that you build up in your bag for going into this market. But the thing is, Hassan, real world utility, Pepe doesn't have real world utility and people are trading it. Pepe doesn't have real world utility by it all. It's pure meme community. That's it. And it's the top 9th traded coin. So you could go to utility all day or real world usage, and like with Say or Near Protocol or whatever, like yes, okay, artificial intelligence, super intelligence, alliance. Guess what? That probably is still not going to be traded as high or as much as Pepe. And that's the bull thesis that I have. And it's going to be the most ironic, and it will be the funniest. It will be a joke, and it will be just like how Dogecoin is still in the top 10 in terms of market cap, in terms of a traded coin, and it was created off of being just a joke, and it is in the top 8 still. So this is why I think we have to kind of wrap our heads around utility and tech doesn't mean crap. It just, it's attention. What is if these utility tokens had the meme mentality, they'd do way better. If they had a mascot to represent their utility, then they'll do better. And then this is why I think the utility of Solana and the utility of Ethereum and the utility of all these chains is to basically support the meme coin trading, which is what we all really want to do. So it's a dog and frog and cat and monkey and all that stuff kind of world here in crypto. And it's because it's a laughable joke that is basically the ultimate ha-ha mog point at you of the stock market in the traditional TradFi system, because you can't explain or try to explain to someone that you're buying a frog. You just do it and you retire your bloodline. And then you don't have to give any explanations, because if you do, they're just going to talk you out of it and make you feel stupid for buying a frog. Instead, you can just say, I'm not going to listen to you, and I know the trend. I'm in the trend. The trend's your friend. All of this stuff, all of these companies claiming that they're going to do faster transactions or whatever, it's the blah, blah, blah. It is vaporware. It is 100% vaporware tokens. Most of these tokens, too, are early invested VC coins, and to a high extent. And mostly they're dumping on your head whenever they get their coins unlocked. And it's not the case mostly when you have strong communities behind some of these attention-grabbing meme coins. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's different. Completely different. That's why ICP went down in the tubes. That's why SUI, when it first launched, it crashed. That's why what's another token that was like big, that was like, oh, this is launching a big, you know, whatever, and then it just like it went to the freaking tubes because that's what they love to do. Because guess what? Everyone got it at a way cheaper price before you even heard about it. So, and then you have things like Pepe that kind of just like emerges, and it's just I don't know. I'm either crazy, delusional, and naive, or I'm a genius. And we'll be retiring the bloodline at the first quarter of 2025. And we're just going to keep going in. I mean, it's not like this is what's funny, guys. I'm here for the long run. I'm not here to just like come in, make some money, get out, and peace out, and just be like, all right, guys, sorry. No, I'm here to create companies. I'm here to create useful, fun things. Even as ironic as me to say that, create a useful thing, but I really kind of do. I really kind of do. We were talking about utility, and I was just talking about how, you know, doesn't matter really. Well, I'd like to have something that is a meme and then also has utility, because if you think about it, Ponky as what is, define retiring your bloodline. All right, I'll define it. It means that literally my kids' kids will be okay, and then maybe their kids too, if I'm smart. If I'm smart, then. So I think retiring my bloodline means that I am just more financially educated to do so as well, and just being a little bit ahead of the retail and ahead of the retail mindset. Even just being a few steps ahead is going to put me and my family into a completely different income bracket. So this is what I think is retiring your bloodline means. Is that if you set yourself up right in the next 6 months, you might not have to worry about the next 8 years because you bought enough Bitcoin, you stashed it right, you got things going in DeFi and yield, and you got things going, you took profits, you started a business, maybe you started a crypto business, and then that's generating profit. And so that's what I mean by retiring the bloodline. That's what I mean. Banana Republic. That's what I mean. And then Hassan's like, well, that's why you buy Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. I might just buy like one Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, one Bitcoin Cash, and then just like you just have it in the wallet just for funsies, just for funsies. Imagine the people that just threw $1,000 at Pepe and just let it ride. Guess what? You don't see them anymore. They're gone. They drove away in their green Lambo. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you. Every single one of you. God bless you and your families. Let's see. My quant called Sol buys for 135. Correction over. My quant called Sol buys 135. Correction over. You think that correct? You think the correction's over? You think that was it? Was that the dip? Was that the dip? Was that the dip we were gonna have? Was that it? I don't know. You guys got to remember, there's a lot of longs that are gonna get liquidated in some levels here, and we want to show you really quick what we're talking about, because it's not looking too good. I mean, in the past day, you got to look at all of these longs that are 50x, 100x leverage, 25x leverage. They're gonna get absolutely wiped here in these levels. Once we start actually going into the 59.6 levels, it's going to wick the market really hard. It's gonna wick it. It's going to go boom. Look at how fast the wick happened on that last time where we smacked into that area. Go to the 4 hour. I mean, it just went like this. It went boom. Wick right in there, and then it started to go. So we gotta watch for a quick wick. Maybe you can set some buy orders, maybe some limit orders. You got buy orders set maybe at 57. 57 is where you want to start looking at right now, to be honest. Really, if you're really looking, the 0.236 fib, 57.8. 57.8 is looking like a sweet level where Bitcoin could probably go here. I don't see enough. I mean, just maybe on the MACD, you could say that it could be getting a bit of a reversal. We're starting to get less of the selling pressure, but I just don't know. It's just really hard to tell. So guys, just be careful. Just be careful. But yeah, BTC is going to 150K by the end of the year. We definitely feel that. We feel that Bitcoin is going to go to 150K by December. And it's because you're wondering how. Okay, well, supply crunch. Bitcoin is moving more out of exchanges than being sent in. We have money printing. We got the interest, Feds, cutting the interest rates, cumulatively going again down the in November and December. So we'll be at like a 4% rate, pretty close to a 4% or 4.25% rate. And so we got some metrics that could get that price up to 150K, but really we're way more bullish than that. I think we're going to have a massive banana zone run going into this area in next year, 2025. And we use the Binance chart for this. We like using the Binance chart for this because there is this mega parabola zone that happens. I want to show you real quick on this chart. If you look at the daily chart and you look and see from September movements of the previous halving year, which was on 2020, you look and you can see that we had a massive parabola zone and bull run on the halving year. And so when you get a halving year pump, then this is what is going to, I think, happen here. And we're going to get, I think, prices breaking out of this bull flag and cup and handle pattern going to $340,000 per Bitcoin by April. Now, this is the line that I want to put as my vertical line. April 2025, beginning of April. And that's going to be that green zone, baby. That's that profit zone. The green. That's what we want. That is what we want. Right there. That is the money shot zone. And honestly, anywhere here. I mean, you take profits anywhere here on your altcoins. When we start crushing up into these levels, you're going to be doing okay. And what's really honestly, if you really have more of a zoomed out perspective, even if you're buying Bitcoin at 70K, 80K, 90K, if it's going to 350K per Bitcoin, then you're still getting a pretty decent return. I mean, God, even if you buy it at 91K and it goes to 350,000, that's a 271% move to the upside with just Bitcoin. Now think Bitcoin's up 270%, and we get altcoins moving at 20% on Bitcoin moving up 5%, then do you understand what is going to happen to things like even Polkadot? You're going to get Polkadot going back up. You're going to get Polkadot going like this. You're going to get Polkadot going like moving up 1,000%. 1,000%. That's what I see. Am I naive? Maybe. Possibly. But I'm very curious to see where Pepe is going to be when Bitcoin is at $300,000. Holy moly. I mean, we could be sitting up at 1,000% move to the upside. This is how, when you have, and you're hedged into a few different things and the narratives that I think are going to be the strongest ones, you're going to make the most money. But the key is, are you going to be able to take the profits and not round trip the bag into the bear market? That's what's going to separate the millionaires from the people that are just going to be round trip bag holders. Oh, 100% Jedi. Yeah, exactly. I would have way more crypto if I were just wait, hold, buy, just be patient, and that's okay. It's a lesson to be learned, and where this is the cycle to be able to come out the other side, and with, instead of having to come out the other sides with a bunch of mistakes, we're going to come out victorious and we're going to come out triumphant because we do have time left, but it is running out, and hopefully everything hopefully everything lines up. We are able to get some decent prices. We're buying the dips, and also even on buying, you know, value at high valuated prices, we still could be in the cards, you know, with things like AVAX. It's $25. AVAX went to $150 or $170 or something like that. So it's just crazy. So yeah, so the goal is, like, we gotta know that, like, buying right now is a massive opportunity, because if we even get near the all-time highs of some of these altcoins, that is 500 to 1,000% moves to the upside for certain sectors. It's not going to be everything, but you just hope that the things that you are holding and that you've done research into, and I'm sure we're all kind of holding similar stuff. You know, I'm sure there's a like 90% chance that we're all holding like similar things. If we're following the same narratives and we're following the same stuff and kind of like have an instinct and intuition of where the market's going, we're kind of holding the similar stuff. So I think we'll all be good. We'll be looking good. I have faith, especially that the total crypto market cap is literally only at $2 trillion. $2 trillion for the entire market. That is just insane. It's just insane. But look, if you see, we got a cup and handle pattern forming on this, and I think crypto, no problem, can get to 7 trillion. I mean, why? I just don't understand why it's not already there. It's because it's been probably, it's just but look, guess what? Lines up perfectly with that area that I talked about. March and April, we're going to 7 trillion. We're going to 7 trillion, baby. And I hope you guys are along for the ride, because it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for coming into the early live stream today. I know we were doing it a little earlier than expected. Normally we stream at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, so we had to move it back a little bit, or do it a little earlier, because we wanted Mr. M and Crypto Kid to just hop on for the show for a little bit. And so we'll definitely have them back on, and hopefully have them back on when they're not both super busy or tired. All right. So thank you guys for coming in again. I really do appreciate every single one of you. And yeah, I'll see you later. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.